What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays, 4Ks, and DVDs, the way we like to buy and own our movies and TV shows and have them in a beautiful library for watching when and how we want. If you're a physical media collector, or you want to be a physical media collector, or you just have thoughts and feelings about movies and TV shows, you're in the right spot. Hit that notification bell, stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, do all the things. If you like this video, a like and a share is also greatly appreciated. Anyway, let's get to the point. This is going to be a fairly brief video. I just want to talk about something I've been hearing in the conversation, in the zeitgeist, in the physical media community lately, and that's whether a movie is worth an upgrade or not. So if you have it on DVD, whether it's worth upgrading to Blu-ray or to 4K. So there's two thoughts on the upgrade thing. And the most common one is I hear people say, it's not worth an upgrade because I like it, but I don't love it. And that's valid. You know, you're going to spend the amount of money you want to spend on something. My microphone is falling once again, you guys. You're going to spend the amount of money on something you like based on how much you actually like it. And that's fine. That's very valid. What I want to talk about is the other consideration for upgrading a film, and that's quality. Are you going to get a bump in quality when you upgrade a movie from one format to the next? And I think that'll be a little bit surprising to a lot of people. Most often I hear people reference rom-coms or dramas as not needing an upgrade because they don't offer any visual flair. And they'll focus on superhero movies and that kind of thing and say that those are more valid upgrades because they offer this like visual experience. I'm going to tell you, I don't think that's accurate whatsoever. Let's talk about a couple of movies. We have here The Shawshank Redemption. I just picked up this 4K. And then we also have here The Avengers in 4K. So right away, I feel like most people are going to say The Avengers, man, you got to get that in 4K because, you know, there's so much visual stuff happening. It's like exciting and blah, blah, blah. And this is, you know, The Shawshank Redemption is just a drama. Well, when we're talking about catalog titles, what I want you to think about is the original source format. How was the movie originally shot? That's where you decide, and that's where you will ultimately see the biggest advantage in the upgrade. This film shot on 35mm film. This film shot digitally. So 35mm film offers the equivalent resolution of 4K. So it gives you that level, that 4K level of detail, and almost more importantly, the wide gamut for color. So when you're talking about recording color on film, it's organic, and the gradient levels are incredible. When you're talking about recording film or recording color on digital, it's ones and zeros. So you have to go deep with those ones and zeros, it's yeses and nos, to get the same level of gradient appearance as you would on film. And that's where 4K really comes into play, the HDR, that gives you that wide range, that dynamic range of color. And it's not like more colors, it's variations on an existing color even. It's gradients in things like sunsets, skin tone, those things. The more color depth you can get, the more realistic it looks. And also remember, the whole point of 4K is to recreate the cinema experience, that theatrical experience, to make the movie look more like it did in theater, right? So this was shot on film. So you are going to immediately get more color, deeper color, more realistic color, and a higher resolution because that information, that resolution information, is on the film print. This film, shot in 2K, basically 1080p, slightly better than a Blu-ray. Again, ones and zeros. There's no organic color depth here. It's all represented in ones and zeros. The CGI, there's a ton of CGI here, all done in 2K. So everything happening on this film is an upscale. And what happens there is you have 2K of information. That information, an algorithm is used to add pixels that weren't there to expand it to the 4K resolution. And they look pretty good. It's pretty well done. But I guarantee you, if you watch these two films together, this one, Shawshank Redemption, will be and look better, will be a better 4K and will look better than the Avengers. So the point of the matter is, if a movie, whether it's a rom-com or a blockbuster science fiction film, if that movie was shot on 35mm film, just from look and usually sound alone, it is a valid upgrade to 4K. If the original film was shot digitally, it gets a lot murkier. And what you need to do then is look at the source material information, like on IMDb or somewhere similar, to see what the digital shooting format was. If a movie was shot and mastered in 4K, well, yeah, it's a worthy upgrade. But if that film was shot in 2K and then mastered in 4K, well, that's an upscale. And bump the mic. You don't necessarily have to have the 4K of that movie. I usually go ahead and get it because I do find that the wider color gamut can still offer something in the upscale, but the resolution is it's all fake. It's just, it's just upscaled. But yeah, so when you're contemplating whether to upgrade something or not, if you're making that decision just based off how much you like something, that's great. That's a whole reasonable way to look at your collection. But if you're looking at it by genre and saying, oh, this is a comedy genre, it doesn't have anything visually to offer me in an upgrade, that's not correct. That is not correct. If that comedy was shot on 4K and you put that 4K in and it's scanned from the mat, or if that comedy was shot in digital 4K or was shot on film and they do a 4K master for the 4K release, you will see an upgrade. You will see a better quality image. The skin tones will look more realistic. It'll look more like it did when it was originally released theatrically. And to me, there's a great advantage to that. So when I'm buying 4Ks, I literally just consider what the source format was. That's the only thing I think about. If it was shot on film, yeah, and I like it enough to have it in my collection, then yeah, if a 4K comes out, I'm going to have to eventually have that because I like things to be the best possible quality on my shelf. Not everyone feels that way, but I just wanted you guys to think about that a little bit and tell me what your thoughts are. Are you someone who just chooses something to upgrade based on whether you like it or not, or do you look at genre? Or are you like me? Do you look at the source, how it was filmed? Anyway, that's all I got to say about this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's talk about this some more. I think it's a great subject. It's a very interesting part of collecting. And I'm not telling anyone that the way they collect is right or wrong. Everyone has their own way of collecting. So until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV at home. I'll see you on the next one.